Hello, just me again. Anyway, I'm back, and uh, in the last video I actually did, I explained my reasoning for leaving social media behind me. Today, I kind of like to focus on my experiences with religion and leaving religion. This is something that I've kind of wanted to discuss for a while. I know there's a lot of people out there uh, who are trying to help people understand if a religion is a little bit too controlling, or to make up more concrete decisions about whether or not they're actually doing the right thing by remaining in a religious affiliation and stuff like that. So this video is not really meant to be as, you know, sharply critical as just a more of a way to think about decisions that you might make and understand how some people may not view religion in the same way that other people do. I was basically raised in the Roman Catholic Church, and I'm sure many of you guys know that sometimes being a Catholic is not always the greatest experience. I remember, doing the Sunday school, and then, from like first grade to eighth grade, you go to the catechism, which is like their religious educational program or something. I think we had to do this like every Tuesday. We had to go to catechism once a week, basically throughout the same curriculum school year. So, from like September to May, June, or whatever, the catechism classes coincide with the regular school year. So, catechism in the Catholic Church, you don't go to it all year round. I know that some religions have a Bible school, a vacation Bible school. I don't think Catholicism does anything like that, at least not to my recollection. I don't recall ever doing a Bible school because in the summertime, my family took a lot of trips up north. I mean, we were basically a very travel-y kind of family. We just didn't, we didn't always stick around every weekend. We would go up north and do other things. But during the week, when we would be home, uh, especially, like I said, during the school year, my brother and I, and then later my baby brother, when he came around to be of age, we all basically went to catechism, and that was, I don't know. I questioned the religion very highly. It was always, well, if you know anything about the Catholic Mass, then you know that they do it a certain way. Certain things are said in every single service. Nothing's really different. You know, outside of their homily and other stuff like that, certain scripture readings, it's essentially the same every single week. It's like very uninspiring, was what I have to say. So I just sat around listening to the priest, or sometimes even the deacon, giving like the homily after the main scripture reading, and I was just thinking to myself, yeah, I mean, it's okay. I don't know. I was basically bored out of my head because, oh boy, they're going to give another similar talk and stuff like that. I admit that sometimes the homilies were interesting, but the service, like I've said, the service itself was very uninspiring. I never went to Mass thinking that I was going to be saved or whatever and all this other stuff. I don't agree with the Roman Catholic way. The breaking point for me came, I think it was just after I came home from trade school. I was basically, still interested in religion at that point, but, kind of not really as interested in Catholicism that I've been raised in. I didn't really think that it was my cup of tea anymore. And basically, what did it for me was during the communion service, I guess the priest didn't keep tabs on the little microphone he was wearing, because he suddenly said the lines as they were doing the communion. They were blessing the wafer and the juice and all that stuff. So he's washing his hands in the bowl, and I distinctly heard him say, "Father, take this blood off my hands," or something to that effect. And the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my God, this guy is quoting Pontius Pilate. You know, what is he? He's not a general, he's some sort of like a senator or something like that, a governor of Judea, where they condemn the Jesus Christ character and all that stuff. I was like, what an eerie thing to actually catch, hearing that from the loudspeaker next to me. And I just thought to myself, oh my God, does anybody else hear this? Is no one else bothered by this? Because suddenly to put yourself in the role of, crucifying Christ when you're supposed to be, having the communion stuff blessed or whatever it is they do, and all of a sudden it's like, basically, you're like an audience member listening to them going through these things and stuff, and you're just thinking, am I witnessing another crucifixion here? Does that make me a cannibal? What does this make me? I don't know. Like I say, for me, that was basically when I realized, if this is the only religion I know, it's pointless. It's stupid. It's also very scary in some sense. The Roman Catholic Church does not really encourage its members to read the Bible for themselves and, draw their own conclusions based on what they think. It's basically mostly kind of what I'm doing, but in a more restricted format, sitting and, giving the people the lesson, making the instruction clear, and basically making it seem like I'm the priest, I know everything, this is where you get your answers and all that other stuff. Don't do any Bible reading for yourself. It's my word against what you might hear. So, like I say, I find the Roman Catholic Church very restricting in that way, and it's not a very encouraging religion. Oh boy, and it just wasn't the right one for me. So I broke away from that. I tried several other religions, non-denominational, apostolic. I attended a Lutheran service. I went to the Church of Christ. I went to the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I went to many different Christian churches. Honestly, none of them really made much of a big impact on me. I mean, I liked the Seventh-day Adventist Church, even though they're very conservative, and I'm very liberal-minded. I'm open-minded, and all that stuff. So, I don't know. Would I have considered membership for that church? I have been thinking about it, but am I a good candidate to actually be inside that church? I don't think so. I think, again, it would be too limiting for me and all that stuff. So, in the long run, I can honestly say to you that religion is just not for me. And I'll end it here on this very good quote I heard from some source. Basically, the quote said something like, religion flies you into buildings, science flies you into space. So, you take that quote and make what you want of it. I mean, if there are people out there who are struggling with their religious beliefs, questioning everything they're hearing in church, if you guys happen to stumble across this video and it helps you, let me know. I'd be really interested to hear what it is that you think about religion, your experiences, and all that stuff. Well, that was basically just a summary of my own. So, yeah, hopefully this video will help you at some point. If you're looking for answers, maybe something that I've said here can help you along your way. So, anyhow, I'm going to wrap it up here. As always, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye, everyone.